The road ends here at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, where all the WCC schools will congregate next week for the 2012 Zappos.com WCC Basketball Championships. Welcome, everyone. I'm Ted Robinson. We thought it was only fitting to bring you to Las Vegas for this final edition of The Road To. It'll be a great electric week of basketball, made even more so by the inclusion for the first time of BYU with its tremendously loyal and intense fan base. So we thought it was only fitting on this edition to check in with the Cougars on their first year in the conference. We'll visit with two BYU veterans, Noah Hartsock and Brandon Davies. We'll also have a chance to meet a champion surfer who's a pretty good basketball player as well. But first, let's get things started, as always, with a look at the week gone by in the WCC.
This guy, pretty good. I mean, Ireland.
Bowen, baseline jumper. 7-zip.
Hotel rooms are going fast for the 2012 Zappos.com WCC Basketball Championships, so act now to reserve your room. If you don't have tickets, the WCC anticipates single-game tickets being made available each morning at the Orleans. The popular WCC Live talk show is back with an all-new episode this week. Catch it each Wednesday night leading up to the tournament in Las Vegas. And here are the guests on this week's show. Now you can listen to WCC Live each Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on Blog Talk Radio, or download the podcast to listen on demand anytime. BYU basketball has had a tremendous run in recent years, capped off by last year's trip to the Sweet 16. But this year, BYU had some adjusting to do. First of all, life after Jimmer Fredette, and then the move to the West Coast Conference. So now let's take a chance and get a little report card on how this year has gone for BYU. The voice of the Cougars, Wrubell, had a chance to visit with veterans Noah Hartsock and Brandon Davies.
Well, Ted, thanks. I am Greg Wrubell, the voice of the BYU Cougars, here with BYU's front court standouts and leading scorers, Noah Hartsock and Brandon Davies. Guys, thanks for being with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It is the best time of year, isn't it? I mean, you're looking at stretch run, a chance for a title still in play. This is what you guys play basketball for, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, we're really excited. You know, just being here in the new conference, playing against these teams, it's been a lot of fun. You know, it's a close race right now, and we're just enjoying this time playing basketball. What's the best thing about this time of year from game to game? You know, I think it's that every game matters that we play. You know, it doesn't matter who we're against or, you know, what venue it is. It's just, you know, these are really big games leading up to the tournament, especially for seeding and what's going to happen in postseason play.
You've had two teams come into your place and get wins this year, Loyola Marymount and St. Mary's. That's unusual for a BYU team to lose two home games in league. It kind of speaks to the level of competition, doesn't it, Brandon?
Yeah, that just shows how good and how each game matters. You know, there's no games off, there's no easy games in this league, and you got to be prepared to play every game.
I'm sure that going on the road and having a fair number of BYU fans show up for some of your road games in the WCC has been maybe a pleasant surprise.
Yeah, I mean, it's been really nice. You know, that's one thing's great about the church is that, you know, there's members all over the place and they come out and support us, and you know, it's been a pleasant surprise, you know, going to different places, and, you know, now everyone gets a chance to see us play, especially out here in California.
If there's been one lesson, it's that this, you know, it's never over. I mean, there are ebbs and flows to the season, aren't there, in league?
Yeah, I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. I mean, sometimes someone's going to surprise another team, and you just got to go with the flow, and, you know, hopefully, you know, you just got to take care of your part and what you need to do, and, you know, hopefully things work out in your favor.
Now, Coach Rose has a history of contending for league titles kind of year in and year out. Can you speak, Brandon, to that level of expectation that Coach Rose kind of infuses through the team, and you guys are part of it too, that you guys expect to be contending for a title year in, year out?
Yeah, that's our goal every year. You know, everyone's there. We come together for one reason, and that's to, you know, make our run at that conference championship, and then you know, our goal is that they expand after we reach that goal, and that's why Coach Rose likes us. That's why we like him. That's why we all came here. Is we know how he likes to play and how he likes to do things.
Now, regardless of how things turn out with this conference title chase, March Madness, Election Sunday just around the corner, that, you know, that's also got to add to the excitement of this time of year, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot of things to look forward to, and all we can do is focus on what we need to do, and that's going to each game and try to get a win.
If there's a coaching secret that Coach Rose has, might it be just that? confidence. He has confidence in you guys, and he makes that very clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, he tells us every day, you know, that's why he recruited us here, because we're good players, and he tells us that. He gives us confidence, and he lets us go in practice. You know, if he wants us to shoot open shots, he wants us to make plays, you know, and if we have a turnover, that's right, we just go back into it. And that's what's great about Coach Rose, that he lets people go and play.
I'll ask both of you guys this. You've both played in NCAA tournaments. Does this team that you're on right now feel like, look like, play like an NCAA tournament team?
You know, I'd say we are. You know, we definitely have some things that we're still working on and trying to get better every single day with each practice and everything. And if we can get everything, you know, put together at a consistent basis, you know, the sky's the limit for us. Yeah,
I mean, this team has been playing really well lately, and we're just excited for, you know, the chance that we have here in the upcoming months. So, you know, we're playing great, and I really like the way we're playing.
First things first, you want to win a WCC title, all right?
Yep.
Exactly.
All right, guys, good luck in that quest, and hopefully the NCAA tournament as well. And that is going to do it. Brandon Davies, Noah Hartsock with us.
From Queensland, Australia to the University of San Diego, senior Izzy Chilcott has been surfing for as long as she can remember. As a teen in her home country, she placed in the top 5 in a national surfing contest. Now at USD, Chilcott has led the Toreros to a top echelon place in the WCC and hopeful of a spot in the NCAA tournament.
I'm Izzy Chilcott. I'm a senior guard at the University of San Diego from Queensland, Australia. It was kind of a dream of mine to come to the West Coast, and I got recruited by a couple of schools out here, and I just took a visit and kind of fell in love with the campus and everything about USD. After I graduated high school, I came over and was an exchange student for half a year, and then these 4 years of college, well, 3.5 now.
The minute we saw her and watched her on film and definitely met her, we knew we wanted her to be a Torero.
I've been playing basketball since I was about 7, I think. When I first started playing, they didn't have any girls' league, so I just played with the boys, and I kind of used to keep up with them when I was little, and then, I don't know, I just kept playing from there. Playing basketball, it keeps me busy, so I didn't get a whole lot of time to think about being homesick or anything like that, but it was definitely tough the first few months. Right now my mum and dad are over here for a couple months just following the team around, and they're like the ultimate tourists, so they stay in the places we stay a little longer and see America.
We're all best friends on the team, so it's nice to be around each other. It's nice to have Izzy there, and she really like glues our team together. You know, she's a quality basketball player, but more than that, she is just an amazing person. It's a credit to her. Her work ethic is just phenomenal. She just gives it 100% in everything she does.
My mum owns a surf school, so ever since I was born, I was down at the beach, and I think since I could swim, so I don't know, like 2 or 3, I was in the water. I was definitely excited when I first got over here to be able to play basketball and surf at the same time. In the summer and off season, I try and go every day, whether it's before school or after weights or practice or whatever we have. But during season, it's a little harder. I try and stay focused on basketball, so I don't get to go out a whole lot.
She did try to teach me how to surf one time, and I wasn't very good at it, but she was a great teacher though too, so it was fun to get out there and try to do it with her.
No, it's a lot different. It's a lot colder here. The water stays cold pretty much the whole year round. There still gets really good waves here, but I'm at a really good, at home on the Gold Coast, probably some of the best waves in Australia and even in the world. I think I'll probably end up going back to Australia. I want to keep playing, so I think I can keep playing in Australia, and I don't think I ever want to live too far away from the ocean. I want to keep surfing. I really enjoyed it. The things I've gotten out of here, like an education, like I've made so many friends, and just an experience that I wouldn't have traded for anything.
Thanks, Izzy. What a great story that is. We've got one weekend of basketball left before the road ends here in Las Vegas, and so here's a look ahead at the last go-round in the WCC regular season. On Thursday night, ESPN2 cameras return to Spokane. Gonzaga welcomes BYU for the first time to the Kennel. On Saturday, the regular season concludes and tournament seeding finalized with all 4 games on TV. On the women's side, BYU's home finale takes place on BYU TV against Santa Clara. On Saturday, the Cougars visit Gonzaga for the first time in what should be a terrific game. In the prior 3 years, so many fans have loved the experience of coming to Las Vegas to enjoy the city and the action at the WCC Basketball Championships. So why don't you join the party next week? Make sure you're here and a part of it for the 2012 Zappos.com WCC Basketball Championships. As always, this WCCSports.com is your home for all things in the conference. We thank you for joining us all season long and make your plans to be here next week when the road ends in Las Vegas.